We've got a little baby. I'm not even going to attempt to milk right now. We don't even have salt, so can't really do anything with it anyway, but they're still pretty prickly about me coming in there. I do believe it's a male baby, which, okay, fine. We'll probably keep that one and then get rid of this one. Just start slowly increasing the generations. I think the chicken is like a day away now. Still 2 days. Are you broody still? Still broody. Okay. Let's keep an eye on that. No piglets yet. Yeah, I know. Let me just double check. Yes, you are pregnant. They're still just chilling. I have been working on some ideas to design the chicken coop a little bit better. I might wait until like the first clutch is done before I actually change it up. Would like to go ahead and start like envisioning what this is going to look like. Been doing a lot of just Googling, looking at images of some fancy ones, and I'm gonna do some stuff on the inside too. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's gonna come out really well. I am starting a cellar down here just because I got like over a stack. I got a stack and a half of fish from my fishing trip. I'm trying to cook it all before it goes bad. We gotta store it somewhere. I don't have. Oh, I do need to go check on the bees. It's been a day, I believe. Hopefully the bees are in there now, but we need storage space. So I think I am going to make some more copper nails so that we can make some more chests and use that store stuff down there because we don't have beeswax to seal it. Slowly increasing the size of my leather processing process, I guess. I really need more leather. I need a bunch of leather. So we're getting there. I also accidentally used some of my cooking crocks, my food cooking crocks for bait making, so fuck that up. So we got some new crocks being made. And then I've been trying to water the plants because they're so close. They're getting so close. I'm very excited. I'm not going to have anywhere to store them though, which is another reason I want to work on increasing storage. Yeah, we're getting close with some stuff. And I am going to go ahead and start making iron tools now. I've got a little over a stack of charcoal, about a stack and a half. I'm not going to do the quenching and grinding for my first few tools. I just want iron tools, and we'll probably chill on iron tools for a while. Copper they just don't have the durability, and it makes me so mad. I have to keep crafting new tools. All right. But once we get to iron, we'll chill on iron for a while before we move on to steel. It'll be a long time before we do steel. Now, I don't know. I don't want to completely say a long time. I might decide to do it earlier. Right now, I don't have plans to going to steel just yet. I very much just want to get to iron. And I really need those bees to be in that skep so that I can start getting more candles so I can make lanterns because stuff keeps spawning everywhere. I'm tired of it. Yeah, so probably I'll spend the day like increasing storage and just to give the bees a little more time because it is a bit of a walk. And then here soon, maybe tomorrow, I'll go ahead and go out there and see if they're ready. I should also probably create an area for them. I was considering doing it over here or outside. Maybe I think I might do like the main apiary over here in this corner because I do also want to put the distillery in here over on this side. Might be good to have both of those close together. I do also want to experiment with having some filled skeps over here near, like in the greenhouses or near the greenhouses, just to see if that affects the growth speed at all. Not sure whether or not it does. Anyway, storage first, then hopefully base. Okay, yes, the skep is starting to fill. I wait a little bit longer. I feel like I should wait a little bit longer So just waiting a little bit longer for that to fill up. I guess I should give it a few days, so I should not come back here for a little bit. A little bit of a trek. Maybe I should start working on a road out this way. I do want cardinal direction roads, north, east, south, and west. And then I'm also thinking about doing a road hub near the spawn area for northeast, southwest again. I do want to give a quick iron update. I forgot that I needed a tin bronze anvil. So I had to go out and get more tin. Got more tin. And then I made another anvil mold. Currently that's being fired. That'll be done here soon. But then after that, we can start working on iron stuff. I'm so excited to move to iron. I feel like it's such a huge jump in tool durability. This makes my life so much easier. And then the flax, I guess we're still waiting on flax for a windmill, but I guess we could start hypothesizing where it would be. We can also start working on other elements for the helve hammer, like the base and all that stuff. Resin. This we need for the helve hammer stuff. I do love this, the save suggested thing. Oh man, that's so great. I love it. You pick the icon, you pick the color, and it's like, hey, it's all ready for something. Yeah, so the big question is helve hammer first or more copper, or automated corn first. I'm leaning towards helve hammer first, just so that we can process stuff easier. I mean, it's not the end of the world to have to manually grind stuff in the worst thing to do. You can just hold right click and look at your other screen watching a video, right? Unlike smithing, where you need to pay attention. You need to make sure you're not messing up. So yeah, I'm thinking helve hammer first, which does mean we need to figure out, are we putting it on top of, I think I am putting it on the roof of the smithing building. I think it just makes sense to go there. So I need to start outlining that in some packed dirt. Okay, I did learn some things from the comments. You can ask the trader what their name is. So thank you so much, Linda, for mentioning that in the comments. Always appreciate helpful tips in the comments whenever they come by. Life. All right, so now we know that this trader's name is Life. Now, I did make a 10 bronze pickaxe to give to this treasure trader so that we can get the map to the residence archives. Are we headed there anytime soon? Absolutely not. I would like to kind of get an idea of how far away it is. We're going to ask Blythe, know of any interesting places around here? Got something for you. Too dangerous for me, but you might be able to handle it. I can't give away a haul like this for free, though. Bring me a 10 bronze pickaxe and I'll tell you where to find it. Trust me, it's worth your while. I got the 10 bronze pickaxe you asked for. Now tell me what you know. I appreciate that. Now listen up. I found this a couple weeks back. A massive cavern with a huge figure looming within it. It scared me senseless, so I got out of there real quick. But I could tell it's got to be full of treasure. Full of trouble, too, no doubt. Here's a map to get there. If you're going, make sure you're prepared. It's no easy trek. Okay, so we're just gonna hop out of here in case Blythe starts talking again, because they are a little loud. So now we have the residence archives marked on our map. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be south. Oh, it's really not that far away. This is pretty close. That's not that bad. So what I'm thinking, road-wise, if you didn't watch the last series, you should know I love building roads. It just makes life so much easier. The first road I want to build that I've already started is a northern road that goes, you can see I started it here, that's going to go up to where the spawn is. Yes, I do have a temporal gear and my spawn is set in the bedroom right now, but you know, it's still a pretty early game. I could run out of uses on that temporal gear before I get a second one. So it's just going to be helpful to do that. And then after that, second is going to be a southern road. It goes down here, and then we'll have a branching path off of that to Residence Archives. That's really cool how close it is. Another thing is we have another baby goat. Let's see where they are. There, they're in there. I do not know if it's male or female. I am going to run in there and try not to get hit to see the gender. Oh my god, there's 3. Are they all male or all 3 male? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, all 3 are male. Okay, so does that mean all 3 have given birth? Guessing, 'cause yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we'll wait for those 3 babies to grow up. We will process 2 of them because they'll be generation 1, and then we will also process the generation 0 male. And then we'll refeed the females to get another generation. Fortunately, inbreeding isn't really a big deal in this game. That might be an interesting mechanic to add though, putting it out there. But you'd have to be able to track which ewe is which, so you'd have to be able to tag them in some way to be able to figure who gave birth to whom and all that fun stuff. We've got that going. Still working on leather. Oh my god, it is a lot. So it's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 pieces of leather. I think I need to make another weak tannin barrel just to help get things going, because I do have a huge hide. But then even after that, this is a small hide. I've got some, this is gonna make, got 2 large hides in there. That'll be a good amount. But I'm gonna, well, I guess I now have the goats growing up, so the goats are gonna probably be our first source of leather. I'm not sure how close the pig is to giving birth. No babies yet. Oh my god, it's real hard. So no babies yet from them. We'll get them sorted soon, hopefully. And let's just check the chicken. No, she laid an egg, so I need to feed her again because now she's not ready to lay. Okay, so we need to feed her again to get her to sit on the clutch again. I don't really know how many portions she needs to be ready. I think it's 3 or 4. Very eager to get bees because I'm so sick of this not being lit up very well. Okay, so we'll feed her 3 portions. The rooster is still locked outside, so he can't eat any of these. We'll let her eat those, and hopefully that's enough to get her broody. I'll keep checking on that just to make sure. I do think the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and work on is the apiary, because we just mentioned we need, I want lanterns so that, I want bees so we can get lanterns so we can light everything up. And I'm gonna put multiple apiaries over here. And then I think I'm just gonna have some filled up beehives over here, like in the greenhouses. These are going to be houses, just to see if they help with pollination and stuff. But most of the apiary and bees and stuff is gonna be over here. And then I might put it here, like not fully in the corner. Maybe more off of this path. So put the apiary here and then put the distillery back here. All right, but we gotta level this terrain out a little bit. I don't mind a little bit of up and down, but this is too much. I did want to go ahead and record processing at least 1 iron bloom real quick, just in case anybody's newer to Vintage Story, you've never done this before, you're doing it manually. One of the first things you need to do is like get rid of some of the like black bits. Those bits can't be used, they're gone. Now don't get rid of all of it because I might have to utilize them to move some of the good bits around. So for example here, I'm going to use it over there to move these blocks over and then make it easier to come down. Okay. I mentioned in previous clips that sometimes you don't have enough voxels to completely make an ingot. And that's where the health hammers can come in, and I might need to put this back on the fire here in a minute. With this new update, technically it's too cold. Technically I need a bellows to get it hotter, but I don't have the leather for it just yet. So we're just gonna have to kind of put it on, take it off a couple times. It saves your progress, so you're fine to do that. And it looks like this one is gonna have enough voxels. So I'm gonna get these because we only need 3 more. Okay, and so this is gonna finish filling up all of the green bits. Now we can finish chopping off all the unneeded bits. You notice when you're getting rid of the black bits, a lot of times it does a bunch that are around it. But when you do just the iron parts, it takes off only the one that you're clicking. So it's just something to note. If you're in the black part, sometimes it'll take off some of the other ones around it. If it's a normal iron voxel, then it'll only take out that iron voxel. I've been trying to figure out what the first tools that I want to make are. I think the first tool I want to make is tongs. Actually, I think I might turn this one into tongs, because you can see in my offhand, the tongs are very, very close to to breaking. And honestly, I do really like that you lose durability on the tongs. I think that's great, but I want to be able to create some tongs that are going to last a long time. I think the iron ones are going to last. Oh my goodness. My tongs broke. A good thing I'm almost done with these tongs. I just had to put them back on the fire and then take them off, and then I wasn't able to put my other iron bloom on it. And then we'll cast these into the fire. Woo! Maybe cast them into the fire, into the water. Cast them into the water. Jesus, come on. What is happening? Why can't these go in the water? Go! There we go. What's going on there? Never had so much trouble throwing stuff in the water. Oh yeah, these look so cool. Yeah, these look awesome. Alright, but we should now be able to use these. Okay, so tongs were first. I think a pickaxe makes sense. A pickaxe and a shovel make the most sense to come up next. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes making some more iron tools. Ooh, no, hammer. Hammer should be next. Look at the durability of this hammer. So probably hammer. I'm just going to do all the tools. I'm going to do hammer first, and then I'll do the rest of the tools. Hey, we got the bees over here. So a bunch of flowers around them. I'm working on making more empty steps to put around. Currently very similar to the design we had in the last world, with everything just on a block. Whether this stays looking like this or not remains to be seen, but just trying to get an initial version out. Additionally, as I was going back and forth checking on the bees, I was collecting cattail roots, and now we have 2 stacks of cattails planted here in a nice little cattail farm. to make it easier to harvest cattails right now, mostly, or more skeps. But until that really starts growing up, we'll still have to go out to harvest cattail. Do have a bunch of iron tools now. Some of them are being used. Some of them are still waiting for their copper counterparts to give out. The flax is getting very close to being done. Incredibly excited about that. The soybeans did complete, and so I did go ahead and harvest them. They're down the cellar right now. Still waiting on pretty much everything else. I think the onions are going to be next to go, and then cabbage, and I guess parsnips, and finally the fennel. I think the fennel is going to be last. But I'm not replanting anything right here. I'm kind of letting the soil regenerate a little bit to balance the nutrition levels out again. So just letting that fallow out a little bit because I want to plant flax over here, and flax is a K crop. So it's actually going to grow faster in all of these other places that aren't K crops, but because the soybeans were also K crops, it used up the K nutrition. So I'm just going to let these few blocks here that had K crops on them fallow for a little bit. We'll probably start planting flax once these three get done. Might just go ahead and plant the flax before the fennel's done. We'll just kind of see how close everything lines up. And we got chicks. So she did go ahead and finish laying on the eggs. So I'm going to open that back up so they can all go out, 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 out. There you go. Go run around. I do think this might need to be a little bit bigger. Like I might expand it out that way. But before I do that, I do want to beautify it, make it a little bit more pretty. Got some ideas for here. But before we do an expansion of the fence, I do want to kind of focus on refining some ideas that I've had for this as far as making a nice looking chicken coop. Yeah, that's kind of what I have in my mind right now. Do need plaster for, the walls and stuff. So that might be one of my what do I need for plaster? Quick lime. Oh, no. So we do need to go find some lime. The plaster does require lime or chalk, so we will have to go out hunting for that. But we could start. I'm really curious to see the copper roof. Like, these look really cool. Excited to try these. Costs a lot of copper though. I guess 3 plates makes 4 copper roofs. So honestly, this design might have to wait a minute if we need plaster and a bunch of copper. Sweet. So I've got several updates for you. First update is the northern road is almost up here to spawn. I think I just want to get it to like right here. I think that'll be close enough to the spawn area that we can focus on other roads for a little bit. Also got 1 clay oven so far. I do want to make a few more, but right now we've just got 1. The treasure trader that we have living in our base, they have wanted some different breads, so I was like, well, we can go ahead and start baking some breads in order to start piling up on our rest of the years. So we've got that working. The bees are doing pretty well, and it was only after I finished setting this up that I remembered I wanted to actually do it over here. So I'll probably relocate these as they become harvestable, but there's a lot that are harvestable right now. I just don't have a lot of cattails to go in here to talk quieter. I just don't have a lot of cattails to replenish with empty skeps, so need to do that. There were a lot of thunderstorms around, so I did go ahead and create a lightning rod to put up here at the top of this tower. So right here, this block is 160. This is 5 up, so that's at 165. When we are down here at the bottom of the tower, it's 125. Yes, so that should cover a good chunk of the base. Not going to cover all of it. Again, we're going to do towers in all the corners that also will have lightning rods on top of them. You might have seen on your corner of your eye, and you probably can already hear, I did get a helve hammer set up. I went ahead and made an iron helve hammer head just because, like, we already had iron. Like, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and do the large windmill. So this is a large windmill rotor, and oh my god, this was so much iron, and it took forever. I actually, we were playing D&D yesterday, and during some of the parts where there wasn't like a lot of rolling happening, mostly talking and stuff, I was making this. It took a long time. But anyway, we've got this, and this is kind of the basic outline of a windmill, right? We definitely want to make it look prettier. I also don't know what the current height meta is for large windmills. I don't know if it needs to be higher or lower. So right now it's just this, because this is kind of all we had the materials to do for now. But we'll look into whether or not that needs to go up or down. Now I don't have a clutch for this transmission, so it's just always going. So it's very loud. Clutch is one of the next things. I just need more fat for it. But now that we've got this, I am going to go ahead and start making a bunch of copper plates so that we can get some lanterns going. I did do some more mining to get some more iron and copper. I've got a few iron ingots that I manually forged before we had the windmill. But we really don't have a good iron source. Like, down here is where I've been getting most of my iron, and you can see that it is very poor. There aren't any really better locations. So now that we've got this road going north, I'm thinking about taking it north and then going east and west or north, just kind of explore what's up here a bit more, or we head south to the Resonance Archives. And I mean, again, we're still a ways off from actually doing the Resonance Archives, but it would be nice to go ahead and get the road going. The crops did mostly get harvest. I have planted spelt over here where the flax was growing, and then everywhere that isn't fennel has already been replanted with flax on this side. Fennel just takes a really long time to grow, man. So hopefully we'll be able to make a few more sales, although this is just with 2 sales. With just 2 sales, it's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. It's not absolutely terrible. Also, all of our goats have grown up, so do need to go in there and call them, because I think all of the babies were males, so we need to keep one of the Gen 1 males and then process all the other males and then refeed so that they can get pregnant, the females can get pregnant again. I think Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, they died. Oh no. They all got struck by lightning? Are you kidding me? Oh. Ah. Okay. Well, great. So that means we gotta get chickens in here again. Cool. That's, I mean, they're one of the easier ones to bring over, I guess. All right, so we need to find some chickens to scoot over here. Dang it! I wanted to do their house first. But, I mean, I guess now that we've got the lightning rod, hopefully that will protect them. The future ones. Oh well. Now I did, because I have class-specific recipes turned off, I was able to craft a recurve bow. I haven't been using it because I don't have arrows, but now that we have the helm hammer, that's going to make it a lot easier to make arrows. So I'm probably going to make iron arrows. But I really want to find a better source of iron before I really start using a bunch of it. So I think that's the next goal. Let me put this back. Is to go find a good source of iron. So I think to the north we go again. I decided once I got to 0 to, head west, since spawn's gonna be closer to like somewhere. Anyway, I fell down this big hole. I found more bauxite. Look at that. That's awesome. But now I need to get out of this hole. Ooh, even more. See, now I want to explore. We haven't found any translocators yet, but honestly, I haven't been looking. We just got full leather armor. Oops. I mean, leather's not really... Oh, salt pepper. That's good. That one, I don't think I want to deal with this right now. But it's good to know it's down here. Yeah, I haven't really been looking for translocators. In our last world, we kind of found that translocators were spawning, like had similar spawn mechanics to traders. I'm curious to see if that holds true in the new update. Are we still going to be finding translocators in traders, or has the spawn mechanic been updated? We'll see. This we can't. Oh, we're gonna die. Okay, we can't deal with these guys. We don't have the armor to deal with these. I am getting a bunch of dirt because I would like to add some guardrails to the side of the path to prevent this from happening again in the future. So this is a little scary, just a bit with this armor. There we go. All right, that should keep us safe from falling down that hole again. Whew, that was scary. Don't know why, but it feels like such a huge relief to finally have lanterns. So for these 2 lanterns, we used some candles that we found when canning for copper. So we found those. So I haven't actually made any candles yet because I'm saving most of my flax for more windmill sales. I do want to put that in there, kind of like a lighthouse situation. Oh, look, now they hang down from a chain. Oh, cool. Maybe I'll have like some kind of thing going around to hold this up. I don't know, but I wanted a lighthouse kind of deal. But the Hellhammer made that so much faster. I did make a bunch of extra iron tools. We are starting to get low on iron. The point where I really do want to do a bunch more exploring. We need to do a bunch of prospecting. So I think I'm gonna go north again. go north again since we do have that road started. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and use up some of my axe. I want to go ahead and start, refilling this area. And yes, I did go ahead and put glass on top of charcoal pit because it makes it easier to ensure that all the charcoal pit stacks are full. I don't think it's going to be too terribly hard to do. It's pretty low already. So bauxite's not going to be the problem in this world. It's everywhere. I'm digging this tunnel over here to the spawn area and found more bauxite. I do like this color palette though. The sandstone, the chert, meteorite, and the bauxite like all together. And then the shale. Like this looks really pretty. All these earthy colors in here. Hoping to be able to at least bust through this wall before I run out of food. I'm out of variable food. Like I brought some carrots with me, so those are gone. But I do have some of whatever stew that is, some kind of meat stew. Some of that. I'm hoping I can bust through here before I have to turn around. And hopefully I can find some like mushrooms or something in the forest, but we'll see. We made it! I do recognize this as the hill that I jump up and over when I have died previously, before I got my spawn set. So now we have a nice little road leading all the way back home. My inventory is atrocious at the minute. So my current plan is to take everything back base, drop a bunch of stuff off, and then come back out here and then probably just keep going that way. I'm going to stop building the road here for now. We'll just explore. This looks like some terrible terrain that I'm going to hate, but this looks worse over here. So we're just going to run. And we're just going to see what's out there. But I am very, very happy to have, I would say this is the first major road done. There will be many more to come, but I guess this can be called the North Road or the Spawn Road. Kind of both. It's the North Road, but it also goes to Spawn. I don't know. We'll just call it the North Road for now. And then this, I guess this is the North Road, and then this offshoot is the Spawn Road. Great. Very exciting. This is now all done. Dropping stuff off, and then we're heading out. This is gonna be rough. Okay, so I've got 2 ewes in here and then 2 rams. I would like to get rid of 1 ram that's in here because they're both generation 1. I only need 1 gen 1 ram. Okay, perfect. No, bro, you're fine. You're fine. I'm really surprised that these give large hides. I would have thought they would have given medium hides, but this is actually very good for us that they do give large hides. Okay, so we've got 1 gen 1 ram in here, 2 ewes. All of our ewes are going to be gen 0. What we now need to do is go in to get the Gen 0 RAM. We need to get rid of that one. And then we also need to get rid... Is it just the Gen 0 RAM that we need to get rid of now? No, we have 1 more Generation 1 RAM to get rid of. Because we have 1 Gen 1 RAM in here. This is really confusing, sorry. We want to keep this Gen 1 RAM. We need to get rid of both rams that are out here, but we need to preserve the ewe! Oh, frick! Oh, they can jump up there. Oh, geez. That's not good. That's not good. They can escape. All right, so they can jump too. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, let's block that up first. Perfect. I think I'm just gonna have to run in. I don't have stuff. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now we should be safe. Oh my god, that was terrifying. We lost all of our chickens. I was worried about losing our sheep too. All right, you need to stay alive. Did we lose a ram? Okay. No, 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 you're fine. Fine. Oh, this door got opened. That's why. That's right. I had to run through here. All right, so we got that ram. We got that U. We need to get rid of this ram. This is a Gen 0 ram. I think that means we've got everybody that we need. Oh my god. I'm trying to do this so fast before they murder me. Cool. So let's just double check. Ram, you are Gen 1. You are a U. And then there are 2 more U's. Okay. So, honestly, the rams do not matter for increasing the generations. The only thing that matters for increasing generations are the females. So in this case, the U's. However, I would like to not be murdered every time I go in there. So like the higher generation the males are, the less they're gonna want to murder me. Okay? It's all about not getting murdered when we go in. Try to put a roof on top because I'm worried about them jumping onto the troughs and then jumping out. Just put a little roof. Shouldn't be too terribly hard to do. Red grass. I do need to light this up, probably. So that's filled up and this is filled up. So now our ewes and then the 1 ram will start to eat. Once the ewes get up to 10 portions eaten, they'll be able to breed. Got a lot of fat that we need to go ahead and render. Man, we're starting to get going, man. I'm getting very excited that we'll be able to make either bellows and or backpacks soon. That's gonna be great. But I think I need to process this meat because I've got a bunch of meat downstairs as well. So before we go exploring, let's take some time to process this meat. We can also probably make a few pies since we're going to go exploring. And I think pies are a very good exploration food just because they stack so well, and then once you run out of them, you're not left carrying a bowl, right? You're not left carrying a bowl like you are with the soups and stews. I went around to do an animal check. It looks like we do have piglets. Yay! All right, so we've got the first round of piglets. We're technically working on our second round of sheep, but still also first round. It's like 1.0, right? And then chickens, we're restarting on the chickens. I don't know. I guess it isn't the end of the world if we're out of chickens for a little bit. It was just so nice to have every animal that we needed. And I didn't even know we had every animal we needed. Oh, chicken. I thought we needed to find another animal to domesticate that would be large. You are a rooster. But it turns out the sheep give us large hides, which is fantastic. Don't know where you went. Maybe I should just put some grain out in a small trough. Okay. I think I'm going to pause on recollecting the chickens, even though I really just want them all to be done. I'm going to pause on it because, as we've discovered many times in this game, the best way to find something that you need is to stop looking for it. We are going to stop looking for chickens and we're going to go do some other stuff. I do want to kind of show kind of what I'm doing for the birds down here. I was kind of thinking like, you know, little gate thing, like a mini gate. The reason I wanted to do these little blocks underneath the bridges is so that when there are animals down here and they get trapped, they're not running all the way around the base, right? Like they have a place to be trapped inside of, okay? Also loving these dark mud bricks. These are amazing. But anyway, doing this, and then I would also like to add railings along the side as well, but we're not quite there yet. So, manifesting some chickens coming into here and getting stuck. Not all of the bridges have stuff beneath them. Oh, look! Oh, it's to the point where I can nurture it. Okay. Yeah, I tried to put fertilizer on these and it wasn't working. Okay, I do have compost. Let's try this. Let's try compost. Okay. Ooh, okay. So that worked. Curious, which nutrient does it use? Because with the crops, it's like, flax is a K crop. It uses K. Do the bushes use everything? Do they use all nutrients? That's something I want to keep an eye on. So right now they're all 50-50-50. The fertilizer we put on there gives mostly N, but a little bit of P and K as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Any other ones? Not quite yet. I'm excited to learn more about the berries. I am probably in the minority, but I do think it was a good change. I think the older berries, you were not punished enough for moving them. You could pick them up and move them as many times as you wanted. It didn't matter. Yeah, it felt like there needed to be a punishment for moving the berries. It wasn't really realistic at all. I say realistic as we are, in this game, this fictional game, but I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you plant something, it should have to stay there for a while. Like these, you plant this and you have to leave it for a while to grow. I'm not saying there might not be some opportunities to improve on the berry system, but I'm saying I like this initial direction. Okay, I think it's time. Let's get going on an adventure.